What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to the Nerdy Narrative, a channel where I like to talk about all sorts of fun bookish related things in the science fiction, fantasy, horror, manga, and sometimes literary genres. In today's episode of fun, I am going to do the Choose Your Own Adventure Fantasy Characters tag, which is an original tag created by my really good friend Johanna, who I met through the Shelf Space Book Club. Joanna has recently started her own booktube channel, and I will have her linked below. She is fantastic. And not just because she likes a lot of the same books that I do, but because she's a great person. She always leaves the most well thought out comments and encouragement on my channel as well as a lot of my other friends. And she's just been a part of this channel for so long, it's hard to imagine what it would be without her. Prompt number 1. Fantasy twin. Name a character you can relate to on a personal level. I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to stretch the rules just a bit. And my fantasy twin is Gideon the Ninth. The reason I say I have to stretch is Gideon the Ninth is technically classified as a science fiction book, but I think that's incorrect. In fact, I have it shelved in my fantasy section. The story takes place in space, which is how it got classified as science fiction. But even though it takes place in space, there's really only a couple of small mentions to it. In my world, it's a fantasy novel. You can fight me down in the comments if you need to. But the character Gideon the Ninth is just fantastic. Practically every piece of dialogue in this book that is hers has me cracking up laughing. She is so quick-witted and snarky and cynical. But in addition to that, she is one tough cookie. So Gideon tries to portray herself as someone uncaring and not emotionally attached, but the only person she's fooling is herself. She demonstrates several times throughout this book that she will stand up for other people and take care of those that need it. When I say stand up, I mean she is going to start throwing elbows. You better straighten up or get out of the way. I absolutely adored Gideon the Ninth. I actually read it twice last year, and I'm planning to read it again this year. It was that good. Prompt number 2. Hero. Name a character that you aspire to be like. So for this one, I chose Fideli or Fideli. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. She is from the Faithful and the Fallen series. I'm sure there are those of you thinking to yourselves, well, it didn't take her long to mention the Faithful and the Fallen series. I love that series, guys. I just had such an emotional connection to so many of those characters. And if you read it, you'll understand. But Fideli, to explain a little bit about her without going into too much detail and spoiling something for someone who is maybe working their way through the series, she is a queen. She is Nefer's mother, and she is just very regal. She's very intelligent. She actually takes part in the ruling and the workings of their kingdom. She is such a strong woman. The things that she has to experience and live through and keep putting one foot forward and just keeping things going for her family, for her kingdom, her people, is just, my heart just squeezes remembering what all she went through, and she was still able to keep going. If someone were to ever compare the characteristics of me and Fideli and say, yeah, I can see the comparison between you two, that would just make my day. Prompt number 3. Champion. Choose a character to be your champion in a duel. So for this one, I have to have multiple answers because it doesn't say what kind of duel. If it's a duel with guns, then I'm going to choose Talonol from the Powder Mage trilogy. Because why wouldn't I choose a Powder Mage who can use gunpowder to manipulate bullets? If it's swords, I'm going to choose Gar from The Faithful and the Fallen because, in my opinion, there's nobody better with a sword than Gar. Except for maybe Halion. I'm still going to go with Gar over Halion. You know, and if we're just talking strength, like kill somebody with the bare hands, then also from The Faithful and the Fallen, I would choose McQuinn. Because that Joker, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. You've got to read the books. You have got to experience McQuinn through this story. And if you've read the series, you probably know the section I'm referencing to where I got this answer from. You're going, yeah, perfect choice. So if it is a duel by magic, I'm going to have to go with a recent read and pick Quick Ben from the Malazan series. So I've only read Gardens of the Moon so far. But right now at that stage in the series, Quick Ben showed me some amazing potential. I don't think we've even discovered the full depths of what he can do, but what he did show us in that book almost had me having to get my eyebrows surgically removed from my hairline. It was epic. I loved it. Prompt number 4, unlikable character. Name a character you love to hate. So that's going to be Lycos from The Faithful and the Fallen. I do not think I will ever encounter a character that will replace him as the worst character I have ever read about. I cannot stand Lycos for so many reasons. So many reasons. And I can't tell you any of them because spoilers, but I know everybody that has read this series is nodding, because if you read this series, I bet you're just like me and just wanted to rip his chapters out every time you saw you were about to get one from his point of view. Once you reach a certain point with his story, oh gosh. I have never thought myself capable of physical violence against a person, but I think if he existed, I bet I wouldn't have to reach very far to be able to just... Prompt number 5. Tavern Buddy. Name a character with whom you'd want to have a drink or spend a night with on the town. Hands down, that's going to be Tyrion Lannister from A Song of Ice and Fire. I absolutely love his character. He and Arya have always been my top 2 favorite characters from that series. But Tyrion, y'all know from reading those books, he would be the absolute perfect drinking buddy. Because 1, he can hold his liquor. 2, he'll probably pay for it. 3, the guy is hilarious. So you know you're going to be doing a whole lot of laughing. Prompt number 6. Villain. Name a character with whom you would not want to cross paths. So I really had to think on that one. What villain would I not want to cross paths with? Because if they are a villain that I really can't stand and they're evil and I cross paths with them, that gives me the opportunity to take action, right? And be the hero. So what's a villain to cross paths with that I couldn't do that with? And that yielded me Mashadar, the mist in Shadar Logoth. So if you're not familiar, that is the mist that lives in a city in the Wheel of Time. And if it touches you, you're in a whole heap of trouble. So I would not want to cross paths with it, because knowing me, if I cross paths with it, I wouldn't notice in time, and then I would trip over my own foot and fall headfirst into the mist, and then it's over. Prompt number 7. Mentor. Name a character you would want to learn from or have as a mentor. And so for this one, I have to go back to one of my first loves of fantasy. That would be the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. And I'm going to choose Richard Rahl. Richard Rahl is a war wizard, and he is such a good, kind character. He's very patient, so I think he would have a whole lot of patience and teaching, because I'm someone that learns by doing, and I ask a ton of questions, but I usually only ask them once because I write everything down and keep a notebook of notes. So I think I would really enjoy learning from Richard, most especially because I'd probably get to spend some time with his grandfather Zed as well. One of the things I really love about the Sword of Truth series is Richard's character never changes. When you meet him, he is that same good person throughout the course of the series, and I absolutely loved that. Prompt number 8, Samwise. Stupid hobbits. Name a character who you could trust or be your best friend. So for that one, I've got to go to my beloved Dresden Files series by Jim Butcher and pick Harry Dresden. So Harry's a wizard for hire in the Yellow Pages. I mean, he literally puts an ad in the Yellow Pages, so you have to appreciate the sense of humor. Harry's another one that's kind of like Gideon. He's very sarcastic, snarky, very quick-witted. His style of humor just really matches my own. I mean, you're probably getting a theme about who I am as a person from all of this. But at Harry's heart, he is still a good guy. He is going to be the first one to step up and save the damsel in distress, or watch out for a group of teenagers who don't know what they're doing in the world of magic. Having Harry as a best friend would mean I would be very well protected. Or find myself running from a lot of burning buildings. Prompt number 9. found family. If you could adopt one character and give it a home, who would it be? So for that one, I'm going to go with a character from the book that hurt me the worst last year. That's Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and I would adopt Fitz Chilvery. This kid suffered so much. He suffered so much abuse, just abandoned, mistreated, lied to, used, and I was just gutted by that. So I would love to go and rescue him as soon as his birth mother abandoned him. I would love to rescue him at that point and just show him compassion and love and just what a home is supposed to be. And that will wrap up all of the prompts for the Choose Your Own Adventure Fantasy Characters tag. Please check out the description box below. I will have Joanna's original video tagged along with a few of my friends that have theirs up already. And so I'm going to keep the fun going. I'm going to tag a few friends of mine. I'm going to start with Chase's Book Thoughts. He is such a wonderful channel. You guys, if you haven't checked him out yet, please give him a watch. He was brought to my attention by Alex Neves a few weeks ago, and I have just been following him ever since. I just love him. I love his vibes. He has the most beautiful books on his shelves behind him that you're just going to be mesmerized. Next up, I am going to tag Brightness Katie Reads. Katie has a wonderful channel. I have been subscribed to her and following her for a very long time. I discovered Katie when I started my journey through the Stormlight Archives last year. She is so stinking cute. In addition to all of her fantastic book content, she has the cutest little dimples I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And then finally, I'm going to tag Casey from Lost in a Bookcase because I just have to know the characters that she would choose. Casey is definitely the funniest girl on BookTube. If y'all haven't watched her yet and you need a laugh, go check out her channel. It's going to be linked down below with the others. She will definitely turn your frown upside down. Alright guys, that'll do it for this tag. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun for me to do. I'm so glad Joanna and friends put that together. Hit me up in the comments down below. Who would some of your fantasy characters be? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending some of your very precious time with me today. I hope your morning has gotten off to a great start. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.